and hit record on this computer. Welcome everybody. It is, I don't even know the date, but it is Martin Luther King Day. What an amazing day to be together on a team call celebrating the birthday of Dr. Martin Luther King, who I think inspires us still to this day and serves as such a powerful message and his message for what we do as coaches. So we honor that and respect that today is Martin Luther King Day. It is Monday, January 20th, and we have a super fun call that we wanted to present to you guys tonight by inviting our elite coaches to do a rapid fire best practices to inspire the ish out of you guys to go for your goals this year. Tell me on the chat, you guys. Tell me what your goals are, because you need to speak them out into the universe. And I'm talking about life goals, beach body goals, fitness goals, health goals. What is it that is waking you up in the morning to do this business? I think that, especially when you feel like you're not connecting your message, you have to go back to two things. And I'm very, very passionate about this. And I'm trying my best to really, really focus on this year with our team. Number one is to never forget why you started. Never forget why you started, because that will give you so much perspective in the business and as to how you can communicate with others, right? So write that down. Never forget why I started. That's number one. Number two, and this is clear because I had this experience. I know our elite coaches and our premier coaches and our successful six-figure earning coaches, right? It doesn't matter if you're elite or premier, but successful coaches, they are still driven by their why. They are still driven by that thing that is literally pulling them. It's not a burden. It's not uncomfortable. It is just who they are, because they know that when they wake up in the morning, their why is pushing them forward towards these goals. And so I am asking you guys to please dig back in. Yes, I am not on camera. I cannot figure out why I'm not on camera, Sue. But I want you guys to dig in and figure out why you need this business in your life and why these goals, right? Because you want these goals to be tied to a bigger purpose. Because if they're not, then you're going to find it very easy to fall off track. And I know many of you, I know many of your stories, right? You have fallen off track and you want 2020 to be your year. And I want 2020 to be your year. But if number one, you don't remember why you started, and number two, you're not being driven by a powerful why, 2020 will just be another year. And that's the last thing that we want for you. So we want you to dig in. We want you to draw that line in the sand like Veronica did. And we want you to find purpose in this project that you're undergoing, and it's on your personal journey and on your business journey, so that you find that success that you want and be fulfilled and make an impact, which at the end of the day is what all of us want to do. So just to recap, if you came on late, cannot figure out why my video is not working. So we're going to deal with it this way. You're just going to be able to hear my voice. But good thing, like I said, I didn't have makeup on today. So maybe Zoom was like, we don't want you on camera. So we're just going to keep forging along. So you guys, we have an awesome lineup. I'm going to invite our elite coaches. They're going to spend 5, 6, 7 minutes each just sharing some best practices, any message, really. Everyone was like, what do I say? I'm like, whatever you want to say. What is it that you're feeling called to tell the team right now, right? To tell someone that wants what you have and what you have achieved, which is this goal of elite, because I know so many of you want that. You want to feel what it feels like to wake up on January 1st and say, oh my God, my team did it, right? Who wants that? Raise your hand. Right? My team did it. We did it. I did it. We came together and we accomplished this goal, and it feels so good. And now I get the flowers, and today I just got this awesome necklace that I was going to show you, but I don't have camera. I was going to show you the necklace. Oh, Melissa's wearing it. She can show it to you when she's talking. You guys, it's awesome and it's special, but you want to find that purpose. So I'm going to start off with inviting, I think she's on. Miss Kelly Burnham. Where is she? Our brand new elite coach who not only hit elite for the first time, but also achieved 7-star diamond last year and is going for 10. I think I saw her comment on the Zoom chat. Kelly, are you on?
I am.
Awesome. Is your video working?
I think so.
All right. Well,
You're
take it
seeing
over,
me?
girlfriend.
I've never done a talk or a call or a presentation with this many people, so it's a little nerve-wracking. But I think when Christina asked us elite coaches to give our tips and just whatever we wanted to share, kind of what helped us this last year, I just felt honored because you guys, I've been a coach now for 4.5 years. Actually, I'm creeping up on 5 years come May. And I never intended this to really turn into something bigger than just working on myself and being a discount coach. And that shift happened, brought like 6 months into being a coach. And I started growing a team organically in the sense of I was just so passionate about what this did for me. And so for about 3 years, I would say, I was still timid and scared about really sharing the business opportunity. I mean, I would sprinkle it in, but it didn't feel like I was looking at other coaches and what they were saying. I'm like, oh, I would take that verbiage, or oh, that looks good. That's what I need to say. And so I don't really feel like I found my voice until about 2 to 3 years into the business, because I bet you a lot of you may feel really comfortable about talking about the fitness side because there's a reason why you're here, and it's transformed your life physically, emotionally, mentally, and that is easy, right? We wake up, we share what we're doing, and we're drinking, and our community and all that. So that was me. I loved our community. That's why I was sharing it. And then I would convert a lot of my challengers as coaches, but I didn't really have a system in place for, the first 2 to 3 years because I was just doing this for fun. I did hit Premiere a couple times in that, which was honestly amazing because the first time I hit Premiere, I didn't even know what that meant, which is just hilarious to me because I was just doing this for out of the sense of it was just a passion of mine. But then once I went to Summit, and my second Summit, I was like, Kelly, this can be your full-time income, full-time job, and you love it much. I was in medical device and pharmaceutical sales, had my third kid about 2 years ago, my third son, and that's honestly when I made the shift. So I would say 2018 to 2019 was really the biggest shift in my business. And Christina would know, and a lot of the people on here who got to know some of my team, was that I actually had 2 diamonds completely leave the business to go do a new startup skincare MLM. And so for me, the biggest shift, you guys, I have to say, because we all just be prepared, you're going to lose people on your team. You're going to sign up a coach here and there, and some are going to drop, or some are just going to completely leave the business. And you're going to think, what? How could you leave my team? And, we were doing this together. And so that's how I felt. So I felt defeated. I want to say that was the tail end of 2017, maybe 2018. And I had this whole shift right before I had my third son of, all right, I can either this define me and be like, all right, you know what? That's it. This is too hard. I've lost 2 of my diamonds and that's it. Like, I'm not going to continue. Or I can let fuel to my fire and have that strong why that we all have, right? That whatever that might be, really come more to fruition. And so that's what I did. I would say the biggest thing for me was I had a mindset shift, and I just started believing in myself and knowing that I can become a leader of leaders, and I will find the people that I want to link arms with and have that sisterhood and that community. And I realized after about 6 months of those 2 other girls leaving that it was a blessing in disguise because they were toxic to my team, and finding that all out later. And so another shift that I had, because I'm just going over some major shifts that I had within the last year and a half. And one was recruiting. So instead of I really tried to figure out my story and my niche and my audience, and that's who I would speak to. And I was fearless about doing the invites. And I'm not saying you guys, and I tell my team this, you can't just do a coach post, a coach opportunity post and think, okay, that's how so-and-so is getting all their, the girls on our team. Or, that's how you get new coaches on your team. Yes, you're leaving, I would say, like, you're sprinkling coaching, and some people are going to read that message. But I think the biggest thing that happened for me was that I was making those personal connections with people behind that post, behind the screen. And I started just doing that one-on-one connection with people. And I wasn't scrolling Instagram or Facebook mindlessly. I mean, we all do that at times. I do too, because you got to have fun with it. And we all, it's a social network, right? Like, we love connecting with other people and seeing what other coaches are doing too. I really try to make it a point in my day to have real connections with people, whether that's commenting, liking, finding new people who look similar to me that I want to have part of my team or as a challenger. So I really try to speak to my audience. The other big shift, I have to say, the biggest shift that I had within the last year was my team. And that was that I locked arms with my leaders. So you guys might know Shannon Leach. She's actually my coach. And then Nicole Dobransky, she's under me. And so is Kim and Kim Elise, Kim Delima. Her name's different on social media. So we just kind of came together as one unit. And instead of saying, okay, this is Kelly's team page, this is Shannon's team page, and this is Kim's, we said, let's all bring everyone into the Fit and Balance tribe. We can still have our PS team, but let's come together. And you know what? I have my weaknesses. I have things that I'm not good at. And you know what? That is Nicole's strengths or Shannon's strengths. And so what we did is that we really just came together and we collaborated, and it was amazing what changed. Like, we started making weekly calls for our team. And so I think that helped with the camaraderie and getting to know one another. So we do a weekly call. Not every call is like a team call, so the pressure wasn't on us to have new content. We would only do 2 main calls a month, and then the other ones are just power hour calls. So you can just pop on if you'd like. We're going to be going through the tracker. It helps all of us stay focused for 1 hour. And so I have to say that was a really big shift for me and our team. And then a huge focus was community and having that like one-on-one connection with my coaches. So I don't want to just bring someone on and look at them as a number. I want to bring them on and say, okay, like, are you ready? Because I'll run with you. If you're not ready to run, like, let's jog or walk. But you got to share with me your goals. Really huge. And then I would say too, we came up with more systems that we could all use. So we came up with like a new coach onboarding system, and it's not like it's complicated. We're still changing things here and there because you'll try one way and you're like, I don't know if that really worked, or maybe we're losing people. Let's keep it shorter. Let's do more videos or vice versa. So it's not like I don't have the magic sauce or secret sauce. Like, that's what everyone wants to know. But I do try to listen to a lot of the top coaches in the network with what they're doing, what Christina's doing and leading the way. But I really think a big shift was to just having different systems and walking with or running with my new coaches. And really, like I said, last year, the beginning of January, I just had this of, this is it. Like, it's on. I need to bring in people right now that I can help throughout this year. And so if right now you're like, I don't have a team, or I've lost people, or, like I'm just starting out, or, just know that a lot can change in 1 year, in 6 months. And so, and then my other shift was I just was going back to having fun again. Like, sometimes we can get too serious in this business, and it is a business, of course, right? But I think I had to go back to finding the joy and figuring out why I'm doing this, like figure out my mission and my vision for myself, but my team and my customers, and making the challenge groups amazing, and getting back to my own fitness journey and having fun with it. So that's the best thing that I can say about this business, is that you don't need to do it a certain way, because it's your own. So take it as you want, but just make sure you're sticking to the vitals. Make sure that you are making those personal connections with people, and you're always inviting. Because I hit Success Club, no matter what, I would but it's not because of, my posts, I would say. It's because of that connection I'm having, the stories. I've really tried to, do better on my Instagram stories and making that personal connection.
I love it. Kelly, would you agree with the statement that your success has been the product of like one huge experiment that's ongoing?
Totally. Like, and that's,
Hello, can you hear?
I'm doing this for 4.5 years. Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
No, that's why I was saying, like, if you starting out, or maybe if like you lost your team or a lot of people, like you can start fresh and you can start new. And just, I don't know, like you have to have that vision and you have to have that belief in yourself and make that shift. Cause that's what it was for me. I didn't think it was possible to hit elite. And then all of a sudden I was like, why can't I hit it? Of course I can. And so I think that's for a lot of us, right? We think sometimes this business seems too hard when really it's so simple.
Amen. Amen. If I can just make some and I would love to make some observations from an outsider looking into all the speakers tonight. When I look at Kelly's business and her success, because she has been, I mean, yes, this is the first time she hits elite, but she's been premier twice. She's leading this team. Check out her social media, right? When you look at her Instagram page and her IG stories, she's posting with purpose. And, I always say your account doesn't have to be this perfectly curated, beautiful, filtered, but if you look at Kelly's account and you actually read her post, there's always a purpose behind what she is saying. And one huge shift that I've seen in her business is this boldness in finding her dream team. And so I want you guys to look at Kelly with not, I can't do what she does. No, she just had a mindset shift. She literally just shifted her mindset and said, if I'm going to take my business from this place where I felt was hopeless, because I went through that with Kelly and the people that left her team, and it's going to happen. It has happened to all of us that have had longevity in the business, and it's just a part of this business, right? And it's okay so long as you keep going and digging in. Kelly found that confidence in recruiting, and it was after that happened, and this is why I'm talking about longevity and looking forward and the vision to continue, is she found these coaches on her team that are just mind-blowingly talented and successful and get it. So you guys look at that for inspiration, that you can have that shift as well if you allow yourself to have that shift and then work real hard like Kelly does. She has 3 little boys and is pregnant with her first daughter, and and still finds the time to make this a successful business. So Kelly, we appreciate you so much, and congratulations, our first time elite coach. That's so great. All right, next up, we're tossing it over to Katrina Scott. Katrina, are you on? I know she's on.
I'm here.
All right, girlfriend, take it over.
All right, guys. So this was my team's second time hitting elite, and only one of the original diamonds that carried us through. So we rebuilt. We had a rough time after 2015 in my own personal journey. My dad was super sick. Everything that could go wrong in my personal life was going wrong. And at the beginning of last year, I decided to retire my photography business and go full in with Beachbody. And it was such a blessing because I was able to really make a lot of shifts, not only in the business, but in my personal life. And so did my husband. And he became 100% on board and whatever we needed to do to work it out. And so last January, we made it very clear to our team what our vision was. And we had never done that before. And so if there's other than consistency, which I'll talk about in a minute, anything else I can tell you guys, to be successful and motivate your team, is communicate the vision. We all have a different vision going into this business. But if you can convey to them what your vision is and where they tie into that vision and how being a team can make that happen, everybody shows up. It's so crazy. And this year was so different when we hit than it was in 2015. And I can tell you that it wasn't just the communication and the vision, like conveying it, but I spoke to my team different. I led my team different. And we stayed on track starting in January with getting the new coaches to hit and things to, so it wasn't a race at the end. It was like we were slow and steady every single month of last year. And so it was no doubt in my mind that we wouldn't finish an elite team. But without conveying to them that that is not only what I wanted for me and for them and for our families and what that can do for them as Diamond and beyond, multiple 1 stars and 2 stars in the downline is what this business is about. It's not, it's leading from the front. And it's like, if I can do this, you can too. And I have no doubt that 3 or 4 of the girls that were part of making that happen won't also continue to run with their vision and become elite in the future. So with that, after vision, I have to talk about consistency, which I know you guys hear all the time. Like, of course, you have to be consistent, but I'm like awesome at being really consistent in my workout. And when I retired my photo business and had to be consistent, like it was sink or swim, to be consistent in my business, that was like a no-brainer. But I want to talk to you guys to be consistent with your teams. It's so important to, whether they're in a pod or you have a group or, you are doing voice texts. Jeanette Maceda is my Success Club partner, and we talk about this all the time. But one of the things is, like, before I would leave the school parking lot at drop-off, I would send a voice message to my girls, not just my Diamonds, but my Emeralds or anyone that was working this business of, what's today's game plan? How are we getting there? How are we hitting Success Club? And it was short and sweet, but having the consistency within my team, whether it be team calls, pods, and showing up for them in a way that wasn't just a weekly team call, was a game changer for us. And it was not that I didn't care at that level in the beginning, but it was like, what do you need from me? And I've always been super servient minded to my challengers and my customers. And I just figured my team would reach to me if they needed that, right? Well, when, we had a few rough years, it was because I wasn't serving my team and I wasn't serving them like I do my customers. And so everything switched when I was like, I have to be servient minded in my team, and I have to help them with their vision and what they want and show them how to do it, which leads me to my next thing is John Maxwell says it perfectly. Like, you have to be the model. And if I'm not modeling the coach behaviors that I want my coaches to, they're not going to do it. So not only do I have to model it because it's what pushes me forward in the business, but it's what my coaches will do for their coaches. And it's the domino effect, right? Like, we have to model what we want in this business. And I want them to succeed and have massive success. And the only way that happens is with action. So if I'm modeling the behaviors of what that looks like, being servient to my team members, they will do the same. And to be honest, when that shift happened, it was after the first quarter. And I can tell you that I don't want to say my job got easier, but the load was lightened because they were serving their people. It wasn't me loading or, leading the 700 people in my downline. It was like everybody took on the servant mindset and started helping multiple levels and each other and cross levels and all the way around. And as most of you know, Melissa and I run Tenaciously Fierce together. It's her downline and my downline and all the way down the downline. And when my leaders started stepping up to help their leaders, and we became this one team, one dream, one mission, you guys. I mean, there's no other way to put that. It became like we all were serving each other on every levels, all the way down to the customer level. So if I can tell you anything other than consistent in vision, it's model that and model that behavior, because it really does, it's not work that doesn't go unnoticed. So the major things, like from a business standpoint, that I did, other than I never was good at conveying my vision because I was afraid I would be judged, or like, you know, maybe I do want a second house in Tahiti. Would people think like, what, you know, or whatever. Like, if I convey my vision, is it selfish? And so I really worked hard on limiting beliefs and how to combat them and move forward and discuss those with my team. And I created a onboarding system that is like the coaches that get out of the gate and do my PDF and go through every single check mark on the tracker. It's a tracker just like we do for our business activities, but for the onboarding system, they start at a just fire level, right? So they're hitting Success Club in their first month. They're signing their spouse. They know the actions of what a successful coach does. And so that was huge. I'd never had a system before. After 5 years in the business, I'll be a coach 6 years in March. And I'm like, how did I not have a system? I was flying by the seat of my pants. So implement the systems that people talk to you about, and use the Diesel Nation Academy. That new coach training is fire. And every time my coaches do that, they come out of the gate with the knowledge they need to work this business. So don't reinvent the wheel. Christina and Becky have done that for you. And when I started using the tools in the back office paired with the Diesel Nation Academy, my coaches are like, what? I can go diamond in 30 days, no problem. And I'm like, where did you come from? And when I reflect on that, it's not where did they come from. It's I gave them the tools to do it. Okay. So with the onboarding, because I treat everybody, we all call me the coach queen, because I like have 2 customers after 6 years because they all convert to coach. So whether they convert for a discount opportunity or they want to work the business, every single person gets that Getting Started Right guide and that PDF that I do, because I don't know, I was a discount coach and here I am sitting, in the top 1% of the company because I just wanted a discount on my shake. So I'm not going to discount any single person that signs up with me, whether they're doing it to save money, work on themselves, or whatever, because they all have a business mindset, or they wouldn't think that the discount was worth it, right? They have it. So they get my PDF no matter what. And then the last thing I'm going to talk to you guys about, because I was very not good at this, no negative self-talk, right, is tracking. You guys, I was the girl that would go back into, like, I did my tracker, great, I did my business activities, but at the end of the day when it was time to follow up, I went back into Facebook Messenger or my DMs and Instagram and be like, okay, I talked to this girl, and that was my tracking system. And I had a scare that my Instagram was going to be shut down or whatever when we were at the leaders retreat in Florida. And I decided, like, no, tracking is a non-negotiable. So I set a system in place, use Streak. Everybody gets their email gets moved into MailChimp, like have those extra things for you. But I also created a system and spreadsheet of where, like, no, these are my follow-up people, right? So I'm starting 10 new conversations a day, 10 new invites a day, and 10 follow-ups a day. And that those 10 in each category are different. So I'm making more than 30 connections a day. And if I didn't track that, I would waste so much time going back into my messenger, scrolling down to try to find that person, right? So make sure you are tracking. And last but not least, I just want to say, when you create the culture of the team, like, and tie that into vision and everything you want out of this business, and you create that culture within your girls, whether it's 10 girls, 20 girls, your discount coaches, your emeralds, whatever. When we did our team retreat, and it was around Super Saturday, and Melissa and I are both on the market council, so I'm going to tell you, it was hairy crazy. But if we had not done that retreat, I do not think either of us would have hit elite. And I think Melissa would agree with me on that. We walked out of that retreat with the craziest fire. I get chills, like, and I get emotional because we just poured into our girls. All they wanted from us was time. And a lot of times in this business, we don't have that. So by setting up and just doing dinner and doing breakfast, and we played hot seat around the table, and we did awesome like put 3 attributes of each person in a jar, and they took their jar home and they still read them. And we gave our diamond sweatshirts, and we were able to shower them. And I'm not saying that culture has to be all about gifts and that stuff, but everybody left there on a new playing field. I am not even joking. Every single person leveled the F up. I'm allowed to say that, right? And diamonds started popping, emeralds started popping, and we haven't stopped. We had so much momentum in that third quarter, because that was October, that January has not stopped. I have brand new coaches hitting Success Club in 2 weeks of this business. And I know it's because everyone's cheering each other on for a $20 sweatshirt that we gave away, you know, and the fact that they got to go on this retreat, and it wasn't anything incredibly crazy other than time with their leader, time with their coach, and being able to talk business and swap ideas. So even though you're casting a vision, make sure you're giving that supportive culture that they're going to turn around and run with with their own vision. Okay. It really did change everything for my team especially, but I know Melissa's as well, and our team as a whole. So that's pretty much all I have, other than get out there and make it happen. Like it's not called elite because everybody can do it. It does take work, but if you're consistent and you do that work and you show others how, it's very achievable.
Amen, sister. Thank you so much. That was so well prepared.
You're welcome.
Yeah, fantastic. I mean, and you guys, here's my observation on Katrina. Katrina invests in her personal development. Katrina will put money down to grow. We have been to Entre Leadership, I don't know, 3 times now together, 3 or 4 times, which is not cheap. And I'm not saying you have to drop thousands of dollars, but when you are that committed to personal growth, your business cannot not grow. I hate the double negative, but you know what I mean? It's like destiny that your business is going to grow, because that commitment to personal growth, it goes hand in hand with your business. You cannot achieve big goals in the same mindset that you're in now. We said it on the last team call. What got you here will not get you there, right? What got you here will not get you there. And that is why personal development and meaningful, intentional personal development, like Katrina does, has impacted her business so well. And I cannot congratulate you more. Okay, Miss Veronica Cavalcante, Miss Draw the Line in the Sand, where are you?
I am here. Do you guys hear me? We're good? Thumbs up? Yeah? Okay. So I have a question for you guys. How many of you guys have made like a really pretty vision board, and you put on there like all your vomit goals, and you're like, oh, you know, I want to be a 5-star elite. I want to be, you know, be recognized on stage, like all of these pretty things, right? Who has one of those boards? Do we have those boards? Have we made those boards before? Yeah. Okay. Now, how many of you guys put that vision board somewhere, and then a whole year passed by, right? And then you go back to that vision board and you're like, oh shoot, like I didn't cross off not one thing off that damn vision board. Anybody? Just me? Well, I want you guys to know that I had created this beautiful vision board, right? And it was so easy to make. And don't get me wrong, when I looked at it, I was like, oh my God, like, yes, like, can you imagine the day that I get to be an elite coach, and I get to like cross the stage and blah, 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 and all these things. And I can envision it happening, but then there was a problem. My mindset wasn't there. And so it was easy to vision, but now the consistency it took to get there, I didn't have it, right? I didn't have that there. Now, when I came back to my vision board and I looked at it, and I did not cross off anything off there. I was still a diamond coach for an entire year. I juggled being a diamond, emerald. I was playing that yo-yo. I mean, I'm sure some of you guys here are probably doing that yo-yo, or you haven't yet been able to hit that diamond. But I was there, and I played that game with myself. And like all these girls that have already said, at the end of the day, it takes having that really hard conversation with yourself, because that's what it took for me. It took that really hard looking in the mirror and saying, Veronica, you know dang well you are not putting in the work that it takes to be a 5-star elite coach. You know dang well you're not doing what it takes. You're doing the very bare minimum, barely hitting success club. You're yo-yoing because of what you're doing, what you're putting into it. Like, nobody wants to hear that, right? And so when I had to have that hard conversation with myself, I hit that fork in the road, and I said, okay, I could either put my hands up and, you know, blame the world why things aren't happening for my business, or I can put my big girl panties on and say, okay, I'm not here because of the things I'm not doing. That challenge, that daily challenge track, the daily success club tracker that Beachbody gives for us. How many of us are filling that out daily? Okay. So if you're not, that right there is gold. There is no reason why anybody here, if you want to be an elite coach, right? Because it's pretty to say it, and it's so cool to say it. Like, yeah, I want to be an elite coach. Like, oh my God, yeah, of course, we all want to do it. But are you willing to fill that tracker out every single day? Because I'll never forget when Christina said it, it like stuck with me. My superpower is consistency. And that's what it's going to take to get there. Guys, I want you guys to, so some of you guys that are sitting here as Emerald coaches, or some of you that are sitting here as barely a diamond, and you feel like you're struggling. I sat in a call just like this back in 2017 in January. It was the Diesel Nation where they all got prettied up and they all looked good, and all the elite coaches came on and they talked about all the things that they did. And I was in a bad place because I hit that fork in the road, right? I was barely hitting Success Club, and I was like, well, where's my elite team? Like, hello, right? And so I was on a call very similar to this. I was an Emerald on that call, okay? I was an Emerald coach. I ended that year as a 5-star elite team. So in 1 year, to be exact, in 10 months, it took my team 10 months to go from an Emerald to a 5-star elite team. So I don't want anybody on this call to say, well, it must be nice, and well, you know, that person, you know, has more coaches, or well, no, because I was on this call 4 years ago and I was an Emerald coach. It can be done. The question here is not a matter if it can be done. The question is here is, are you going to do it? Are you going to put the skin in the game? Are you going to put the work when everybody in the house is sleeping and your husband is snoring? Sorry, baby. Yeah. Your husband's snoring. You got to close the door because he's snoring so loud that you got to go and concentrate. Are you going to leave the room and get it done? That's the question. And that was the hard talk I had to have with myself. Okay. So we all know life happens. Okay. Life happens. And I always say that at the end of the day, becoming an elite team, becoming a diamond, it's a choice. It's a choice. And you have that choice. We all have that choice. Guess what? Christina, Monica, Katrina, Kelly, Melissa, we are all here with 0 elite points, just like you guys. We all start the year the same way, right? So it's all a matter of what you're going to do every single day. Not, oh, you know what? You know, come 6 months, okay, you know what, now I'm going to start. No, right now is when it starts. It started yesterday, in other words. Can I tell you guys, we have an amazing opportunity right now, Team Cup. So for those of you guys that don't know, back in 2017, my team ended. They used to do 2 Team Cups a year. One was in the beginning of the year and one was in the towards September, October-ish. My team, the year we went elite for the first time, my team that year in the Team Cup, I utilized everything. Christina was doing a free expo. I was in that, baby. Christina was doing a sneak peek. Monica was doing a sneak peek. I was in that. I was throwing people in there left and right. Like, use the tools that we're given. Well, just like use Team Cup. I had my coaches in there. And it was because we pushed so hard and rallied our girls, and that momentum that we built. Not only were we were number 8 in the entire organization, okay? We were the only United States of America team. For some reason, Canada used to kill the Team Cups. But that year, that one American flag was my freaking team. And guys, that was the team that catapulted us to become an elite team. You have the opportunity right now to build your team cup and to start building your elite team. So at the end of the day, this is the question. The question here is, are you gonna do it? Right? The question is not a matter if the tools are not there or if the people are not there. That's not even the question. It's you. Are you ready to put in the work? Are you ready to make your superpower be consistency? And regardless of what life throws at you, because we know, and I'm sure you guys know what has happened in my life, life gets thrown at you left and right. You can either choose, it's a choice. You can choose to make it an excuse to not hit your goals, or you can make it your reason. And I, for one, am going to choose reason always. And that is why our team, I freaking love our Team Unleashed. We are a 3-time elite team. So that's what I have for you guys. Use your tracker and use all the tools that we have that the team provides for you and what Beachbody provides for you, like Team Cup. So
yes, girlfriend, drop the mic. I always get fired up when I hear Veronica speak. So observation on Veronica, she doesn't take no for an answer. In October, she went to leadership and literally said, we are doing this.
So you're telling me there's a chance.
So you're telling me there's a chance. She's that girl that you're telling her, you know, it might be impossible. And she's like, well, possible is part of impossible. So I can do this, I think. And she did. She pulled it together. It's the craziest thing. But that's the universe conspiring to help someone who's made the decision, right? Someone that has made the decision to be successful. The universe, God, the higher power, whatever you believe in, will conspire to help you make it happen. And that is Veronica and Team Unleashed, baby. A 3-time elite team, and I am so proud of you guys. All right, Miss Melissa Galame, it is your turn.
All right, can you guys hear me?
We can.
Good. Okay, perfect. So I feel like Vero just dropped the mic, and between her, Kelly, and Katrina, everything has been said. But I will say, having the honor of leading with these incredible women, I just continue to learn every single year. And I remember sitting back in like watching Becky and Christina and my coach Mindy and Monica and Amy Coppola, and they had all hit elite multiple times. And I couldn't even wrap my head around doing it one time. But I want to give you guys this idea. If we've all done it, why not you? It is simply making a decision. It is making a decision in January and showing up every single day on the hard days. And most of you guys are probably still working full time, or you are stay-at-home moms, and you have to find and carve out the hours in the day to get the things done. Some of you guys are battling yourself in the worst way possible, and that's your mindset. And so tonight, my message to you is grab a hold of that, because it doesn't matter what card you've been dealt, or what you faced in your life, or what team you had in 2019. We are January 20th, 2020, and you need to make a decision right now whether you are going to continue to sit on the sidelines and type in the group chat on all these calls on how inspired you are and how you want to take control and how it's been on your goal, but you just can't seem to find the right people, and go out and make that happen. Because in case you didn't know, no one can do it for you. We can all inspire you. We can all get on these calls and fire you guys up. We can like lead power hours. We can do diamond pushes. We can invite you to be on Team Cups. But until you make the decision to go all in, nothing will change. You can sit on your hands. You can do all those things. But I want you to think about, like, there was probably 50 of you guys who just said, I want to be a diamond coach. I want you to do a gut check moment. Why do you want to be a diamond coach? What is that going to change in your circumstance? Because if you can't put your hand or your finger on what is going to change in your life when you become a diamond coach, nothing will change. Nothing will change. And getting to diamond, in case you didn't know, let me help educate you, doesn't change anything. Yes, we're going to celebrate you. Yes, you're going to go from $14 or $16 to $18 per cycle. Yes, you're going to be seen as a quote-unquote leader on the team if you continue to show up, but your financial situation won't change. You may have built that diamond yourself because a lot of people do that. Diamond is easy, guys. That is a decision that I want you to make right freaking now. So think, why do I need to be a diamond? And then dream bigger. Because my income didn't truly shift until I got to 2-star. So I want you to take diamond off the table, and I want you to talk about getting to 2-star. And most of you guys on this call, you have a best friend, you have a mom, you have a spouse, you have someone in your life who you can help build that to. And then you can go to someone else and say, hey, mom, sister, brother, best friend, whoever you are, or rock star who I've recruited on my team, I want to build this with you. And I have to link arms with people to do this. I can't do this alone. So I'm asking you right now to help me level up and build this business because X, Y, and Z. For me, my why was very clear. I was going to work. I was working 45 to 55 hours a week. I was dropping my kids off at daycare for that same amount of time. And I just left my corporate career to go and work at a very busy construction office and run the office. So it still had a ton of stress. I was in a new field that I didn't know. I still had 2 children who were in daycare, and I took a $25,000 pay cut. And then 3 months into my journey, I found out I was pregnant with Jenna, who's now my 5-year-old daughter. And I had a decision to make, that whether I was going to continue sending my kids to daycare and have another baby raised in childcare, or if I was going to take control of my life the way that I never knew I had the ability to until this opportunity was put into my lap. And you all have that same opportunity. There's nothing different than the 6 of us that you guys don't get, besides the fact that when stuff gets hard, we continue to show up. When we're tired, we show up. We put this business as a non-negotiable in our life, and you guys all can too, but that's a decision that you make. I promise you, you can start building this with one person. Build belief into those people. Katrina was my first coach. She was my first client, and you know what she told me? If you ever ask me to build this business, I will quit. My husband works all the time. She was pregnant with her second son. She had a small child. Like, she was running probably the most demanded wedding photographer and newborn photographer in our county. Like, she didn't want anything to do with this business until she made a decision to do it. So don't give up on people either. Like, when people are like, well, all I have is discount coaches. Guess what? Most of us signed up as a discount coach. Right? Not many of us signed up and said, besides Becky, right? I want to build this for income. So you have to make a decision every single day to show up when it's inconvenient. I make a decision to show up when I'm in freaking pain. Why? Because my why is with me every day. My 3 children, I don't want to ever have to send them back to daycare. Yes, my oldest son is old enough, but my other 2 I'd still have to send. Right? I want to be the mom that is the person that people are calling and saying, hey, can you take my 4 kids out of town this week? Or we took 4 kids this weekend to Sacramento for a basketball tournament on a Friday night and spent all day. I had no worry about work. I could rearrange my schedule. We rented the awesome Airbnb. I want to be that mom that other moms can depend on, because I was always the mom who was like, crap, I can't leave work. We have this thing going on. I didn't want to be that person. So you keep showing up when things get hard and when it's very inconvenient. And you watch the people who have success in this business, they don't try to hide their ugly truth. When you start talking about that and you can pour into people who are like, wow, I've struggled with addiction. Wow, I've struggled with marriage issues. I've struggled with limiting beliefs, with eating disorders, with whatever, fill in the blank that you have, and you can go out and share that with people. That's when you'll find your people. Not when you're posting your picture with your shaker cup and your sweaty selfies and all those things. Guess what? Everybody, there's like gyms all over. There's almost 400,000 coaches in the network. I promise you, there's people that they can go to. So figure out what is going to set you apart from other people, and then go pour into those people and show up every single day. Because there's nothing worse that I hate as a leader is when you have these people who are like, oh, I want to build this business. And they come in and they start adding people onto the team, and then boom, life happens and they disappear. When things get hard, they just go away. Right? That sucks. Don't be that person. That's why Katrina and I work really 4, 5, 6, 7 levels deep in our organization, because we want everyone to know that they have a place and that they matter. And I truly feel like our team has become a 4-time elite team because, just like Veronica said, I'm consistent. If you ask any of these ladies who are on the call, we show up when it's inconvenient. And I hope that you're hearing that this isn't easy, guys. This isn't easy, but it's fun and it's amazing and it can change your life. Like, I started this because I wanted to lose 25 pounds, and it literally has changed every area of my life, every relationship, our financial situation, like everything, my friendships. I am a better me because of this. And I get to help other people become the healthiest, happiest versions of themselves, whether that be through finding their faith, working in their fitness, dialing in their nutrition plan, getting sober, like working on their mindset, whatever that looks like. And there's nothing different than me than there is about you. So I know I just went on a huge tangent, but I think it's important for you guys to understand that you can do this. We all put our pants on the same way. We all press play the same exact way. We all have the color-coded containers or the 2B Mindset water bottle. You just have to make a decision of whether or not you're really interested in your goals, or if you're committed. Because if you're just interested in them, you're going to show up when it's convenient for you. But if you're committed, you're going to show up no matter what. And we all believe in you. That's the thing, guys, is we know what's possible, because just like Vero just said, we are all at 0 right now. And guess what? January 1st, I started pouring into my team and painting that vision to become a 5-time elite team. Not because I don't want to appreciate where we've been, but I know where we can go. And now I want 5 more elite leaders on my team. I want to plant and pour into them so that they know what's possible. So go out and do it, because it's the speed of the leader, speed of the pack, and your team is going to match your energy. And if you're only kind of sort of showing up, they're only going to kind of sort of show up as well. So I love you guys. I appreciate you. And now it's over to Christina.
When I look at Melissa's business, I mean, do you guys see passion, or do you see passion, right? So I'm going to make this quick because I have some big announcements that I want to share with you guys that are super important, but that I need every single person that has stayed on this call, which I'm very proud of that most have stayed on, that you need to share with your team. It's extremely critical. But let me start by saying, you've just heard from 4 amazing women, coaches on our team, that at one point simply made a decision, and they just believed so much in themselves and the power of this business that they went for it. You have that opportunity. I don't need to remind you of that. You have that opportunity right now to start that process. What I will say is that all of us that have hit elite, whether it's one time or multiple times, know how to hit elite. And I'm talking about the strategy. I'm talking about what it takes. I'm talking about going into the back office and understanding the elite point system. That's something that has not been mentioned on tonight, but I will tell you that you cannot be an elite coach on December 31st saying, I have no idea how that happened. You have to understand how this works. The moment in my business that I understood how to make money through placing coaches properly, through understanding how team cycle bonuses are earned and how to maximize the compensation plan, plus how elite works into that fold, my business changed, and that's when the income started coming in. And you guys know that my focus this year is for all of us to double, triple, quadruple our income. But if you don't know how to do that, it's going to be very hard to accomplish that goal as a team. So can we all agree right now that whether elite is your goal or not, if income is your goal, which I'm a big believer that both go hand in hand, I believe that that elite and premier and the Road to Elite Recognition Program gives you that, like the Cardi B song, clout, right? It gives you that social proof that you're a leader in this business that is important for continuity and longevity and income growth. I believe that. It's something that has worked in my business for now almost 10 years. And that's why I continue to and will always push our team to be an elite team, because I want to attract leaders. I'm looking at some of my new coaches and I'm like, yeah, future diamond, future 2-star diamond, future elite coach. Why? Because that's what I'm doing. That's how I'm leading the team. And so they want that in their lives and they're coming to me. So you earn that. You earn that through this process. Okay, that's my elite tips for you guys. Let's get to some important announcements. Veronica nailed it. Team Cup. Team Cup. Are you on a team yet? Are you organizing a team yet? Are you leading a team yet? I'm looking at Lauren Bondi right now, who earned her way on the test group for, you can't see me, Lauren, but I can see you smiling at me, earned her way onto the 10 rounds pilot test group because she came into her business guns blazing and has hit successive, but not just hit successive. She's like, I don't know, what number are you at right now? You're like, you know, you were SC 18, I think, last week, but just coming out and saying, I'm 24. Holy moly. You guys, she's just going for it. You can do it too. You can do that too, but you got to make that decision. And not only do you want to do it this month, do it next month on a Team Cup team. It literally makes no sense not to be on the Team Cup team because you get these amazing prizes that if your whole team gets hit Success Club next month, you get awesome prizes. So make sure that you are organizing. I know on my PS team page, I'm about to start the organization push. My PS team, for me personally, Diesel Magic, that's our team name, has already been registered. You guys, you do the same. Number 2, our free group. Can we talk about this? Can we freaking talk about this? What's the number right now? I'm looking at my phone. I mean, okay. So I did a post today when I talked about, you know, being insane to think that we can change the world, but I feel like we can. I feel like we're all a little insane. And we have over 1,200 people in our free group. Can I say that again? 1,200 people. And I know a lot of us are coaches in that group, but we're not nearly as many as the people in that group. 1,200. You guys, I implore you to make this count. I implore you to stay with your people. And we know not everyone will eventually join. But if you have people in that group, give them a great experience. Tag them, participate in them, text them, message them, stay on them. Because if even, I mean, I think it's mind-blowing, if even half come in with a challenge pack or a bod subscription or an energized purchase, like you guys, it's going to be game changing moving forward. And think of all the amazing connections that you're making in that group right now that is going to carry you for months, because you may have 5 people, 10 people, 15. Some of you went crazy inviting into the free group. Maybe you'll connect 3, 4, 5 people this month, but next month and the month after that and the month after, this is all a process that can take some people months to say yes to. So like, think about that. And if you have not participated, you know, I would hustle and get people in. It is a little bit late, but you want to get them in when when they're excited and when the team and when the prospects that are in that group are engaging and commenting and tagging and doing that stuff, because that, remember, social proof, FOMO, all of that is important. So great job on that, you guys. Let's keep it going. We're going to have some lives coming on. We have Autumn on Wednesday night. I am only posting the link to that Autumn call in the free group. I've just made that, did it, or unless Paulina already did it and I should have told her not to. I got to check that. I wanted to make exclusive to that group. Autumn on Wednesday night, and it's going to be amazing. And then lastly, you guys, big announcement coming. We've been talking a lot about Diamond, haven't we? And I don't know if you saw my post. I said, who's pushing for Diamond in the first quarter? So who's going to talk to us about something we've got going on? Is it Katrina and Melissa? Quickly. And then maybe you guys can go live in the team page. I know it's a little late over here on the East Coast.
Yeah, so I'll kick us off really quick, and then Katrina is going to tell you about the awesome prizes. So guys, this is an amazing opportunity for you. The elite and premier coaches, we've come together. We're going to give you some incredible training. We'll explain more of that in the live. But what you need to do to qualify to be a part of this group is there's a $10 buy-in. You have to hit Success Club in the month of January, so minimum Success Club 5. And you have to have 2 active coaches, okay? So you can totally do that. The content is going to be unlike anything you've seen before. This is an opportunity for you and your growing team to be a part of this. So super excited about it. Katrina, if you want to go ahead and explain the prizes, and I will try to, I'll just post the images in the team page.
That's what I was gonna say. I have them. I'll post them. So for prizes, you guys, we pulled out all the stops, and I don't know if you're like me, but I love the new Nike Metcons. And if you have not seen the all white glams, they're amazing. They're all white with black and gold accent. We're gonna give those away. And how that's gonna work is if you've never been diamond before, you are going to go into the drawing for the Metcons. Depending on how many participants we have because of the buy-in of $10, everybody else that if you've regained diamond, you will go into a separate drawing for a $100 Carbon 38 gift card, and new diamonds will go in there as well. So if we have a lot of participants, we will give away more and more of those gift cards for Carbon 38, depending on how many people we have. But those are rad prizes. I mean, for me, building your business is gift enough and prize enough, but we wanted to put some skin in the game by doing a buy-in, and we're not in this to like take your money. We're going to give it back out into rad prizes. Now those Metcon glams, I have to have them myself. So I promised myself I'm in this with you. If I advance my business to diamond again, 8 new coaches, 2 new emeralds, I will buy myself those Metcons. So they are amazing. And then of course your choice with the Carbon 38 will just be a gift card straight to you. So you don't want to miss out on this, you guys. It's going to be, the content we've already started doing is going to be epic. So I definitely suggest sharing with your teams. Get as many people in this as you can. That allows us to do more prizes. And obviously you are going to have, you know, a ton of content dropping every week between lives and Zooms and everything going on that you are not going to want to miss it. So get in. We kick off. Did you go over that, Mel? Kickoff dates, when we're starting?
No, I didn't.
You want it? We can totally do a live on it with more.
Yeah, we'll go live and give you guys all the details, but we do kick off the first week of February. So guys, you still have like 9 days, okay? 9 days. Don't let this opportunity go past you. When we did the first push to diamond I was ever in, I had 3 coaches go diamond. So I went from diamond to 3-star, like a shaky diamond, to 3-star in the matter of 6 weeks. That was the first year that we hit elite. Like, I didn't even know it was going to happen, but magic happens in these groups. You want to be a part of them. I promise it's going to breathe life. Plus, it's freaking team cup time.
Yeah,
you have
double
advantage.
Right, exactly, you guys. This is a huge opportunity. I want all of you in that group pushing to diamond with us. Remember, if elite, premier, if those are goals of yours, 2-star, we talked about 2-star changing the income game, then you need to be in there. If you're a diamond that was a diamond before, might have lost rank, and it happens to all of us. One of my accounts right now is not a diamond, and I'm going to be pushing to regain because that's the nature of the beast. Then get in and get your coaches in, the ones that are expressing interest in the business, so that you can start that journey to 2-star and beyond. All right, guys, it's been a long freaking call. Thank you to everybody that participated. We're going to be sharing more information on the Diamond Push this week, plus the sign up, plus Team Cup excitement and all that jazz. You guys follow up with your free group participants. It's going to be a great week. Talk to you guys later. Love you. I'm going to fix my Zoom video. Bye, you guys. Talk to you later.